So apparently, according to a piece, I guess I don't know if this was in Politico or the Times, written by Michelle Conlon, Grant Smith. Donald Trump's unusually cheap campaign has a secret sauce. They have not paid at least the top 10 staffers, consultants and advisors, some of whom are no longer with the campaign. This is according to filings, end of the quarter filings. Paul Manafort made nothing. California State Director, it's a small state, Tim Clark made nothing. Communications Director Michael Caputo and a pair of senior aides who left the campaign in June to immediately go to work for a Trump super PAC. Now, note that last thing, because federal election laws say that you must wait 120 days before going to work for a super PAC if you have been working on a campaign, because they don't want coordination. But lawyers for those two guys said, well, they didn't have strategic information and they were only volunteering for Trump. Well, I mean, yes. You
they
know,
didn't have strategic information. That's the
but
purely tactical.
Just working for a month in June, they each made $60,000 from the super PAC. That's not a bad monthly salary.
See how we did that?
It's slightly less than some of you guys around here make.
Bit less.
Slightly less.
You would be just such a greater person in every sense if we were talking about salaries like that.
Do you know the nature, the tone of the comments about me around here, if everybody was making $60,000 a year, would be?
I think the distinction that
Mr.
Sam made...
Seder
Mr.
doesn't
Seder
want to hear what you have to say right now. The best is this guy Caputo, Michael Caputo, who told a Buffalo radio station in June, after he resigned from the campaign, he had to explain to them he was not volunteering. It's just I haven't been paid. And he confirmed on Thursday to Reuters that the Trump campaign has still not paid his invoices. And, you know, I got to be honest with you. I have come across, including Andy Kindler, I think has brought this up. I know, including Andy Kindler, 3 people who either their parents or their relatives were dealing with Trump in business over the past, 30 years and didn't get paid. Apparently, like, Trump's whole business plan is like contract with somebody and then send them 30% of what you contracted with them for or nothing and basically say, like, sue me.
I can't believe no one ever thought of this before. Like, they talk about finding a place to innovate in the market. And we looked and we studied all of New York architecture, building contractors, and everyone else. And we found a really surprising thing. They were paid in full for their services. So we innovated.
We're completely disrupting the whole invoice industry.
Well, that's the thing. If he's behind his time. If he came in this era, he could just describe it as disrupting, and everybody, this guy's a genius. He doesn't pay his contractors. Put him on the cover of Wired.
We have a new app, and what you do is you plug in the invoice, and it produces a number that's 1/3 of the original number.
And you know what the great irony is?
And it saves you almost 2/3 of your billings.
I mean, you're just leaving money on the table. The great irony is that we didn't pay the app providers their full fee either. It's great. They billed us. I said, put it in your own app. The number's right there. It's 1/3. And you know what? If you put it in again, it becomes 1/4.
Now, but here's the upside. You may be one of those workers who has worked for Trump and not got paid, but at least you're not a volunteer. Because if you're a volunteer for Trump, you have to sign a document, which is an online non-disclosure agreement, that says you are forbidden for the rest of your life from criticizing Donald Trump's companies, Donald Trump's family, and Donald Trump.
All for doing some phone banking.
Also, if you sign the agreement, you're required to make sure that any employees you have that don't volunteer for Hillary Clinton. So you got to fire them if they work for Clinton. That is probably not legal, but probably. The only upside, if you become a Trump volunteer, it's open season on Mike Pence. You can criticize Mike Pence, his family, his campaign. You can crap all over Mike. You can blame Mike Pence for when Trump loses.
Mike Pence is not covered under the agreement. So anything
He's going to come up with his own agreement. I just put it into my disruptive app.
You got to be more aggressive in business, Mike. Mike doesn't even know this. He actually agreed to give me his next grandchild. It's going to be donated to the Trump Foundation. We're going to sell the kid to Cambodia.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.